YouTubes. What's up, YouTube? Samurai Jack here with some foundations opening. Again, just busy with work, depending on whether or not I'll definitely consider switching given recent management. But anyways, foundations. Like the good way to introduce new players to the game. Drake token, Scoured Barrens, and an infestation stage. Foil, and the rare is Scavenging Ooze, the 1 green 2/2 ooze to pay a green and exile a card from a graveyard. If it was creature, 1/1 counter, and gaining life. Fiendish Panda. Self-Reflection, Revenge of the Rats. Cat token, Thornwood Falls, Foil Angel, Consuming Aberration. The 3 in Dimir for the star power and toughness equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards whenever he casts a spell. Each opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal land, and then to the graveyard. Primate, an offer you can refuse. Heroic Enforcements. Dwayne Guildleaf Dean. Rat. Plains. Foil Squad Rallier. And a Coma World Eater. Different from the Kaldheim one, but it's the Foundations one. 3, 2 green, 2 blue, Legendary Serpent, 8/12, Trample Ward 4. When it deals combat damage to a player, create 4 3/3 blue serpent creature tokens named Coma. Coil. Varnished Heart, Cephalid Ink Mage, and an Arbiter of Woe. Oh, and a Felling Blow. Alright, this time we got an art card for the Drake Catcher. A cool full art forest with Vivian Reed. Foil Firebrand Archer. And a Krenko Mob Boss. The 2/2 red 3/3 Goblin, Legendary Goblin, where you tap it and you make goblins equal to the number of goblins. Claws out. Definitely Bolt Wave, each opponent, Imprison in the Moon, and Essence Scatter. Elf Warrior, Swamp, Seismic Rupture, and Vivian Reed. 3/2 green for the Legendary Planeswalker. +1 to look at the top 4 cards. You may reveal a creature or land from among them and put in the hand. Rest in bottom of the library in random order. -3 to destroy artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. And -8 to get an emblem of creatures getting +2/+2, vigilance, trample, and indestructible. First Mythic. Just need to grab a bunch of the extra sleeves I got now that my pirate deck is up and is ready to set sail. Varnished Heart, Reclamation Sage, Heraldic Banner, and a Tragic Banshee. Rabbit Token, Plains, Quick Draw Katana, and a Chandra Flame Shaper. Full art. 5-2 red, 6 loyalty Chandra, plus 3 to add 3 red mana. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. Choose one. You may play that card at this turn. A +1 to create a token that's a copy of a target creature you control. Accept it as haste, and at the beginning, sacrifice. And then -4 to deal 8 damage. Divided. Choose among creatures or planeswalkers. Ooh. Painful Quandary. When an opponent casts a spell, they lose 5 life unless they discard a card. Good Fortune Unicorn. Adventuring Gear. Fiery Annihilation. And Prideful Parent. Oh, and Heir Apparent. The new... You can have this many in your deck. Bloom Tender in a Capenna, Rugged Highlands, Bushwhack, Sylvan Scavenging. At 1 and 2 green, at the beginning of your end step, choose one. Counter on a creature you control, create a raccoon, but if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Neat. And a Lunar Insight. Draw a card for each different mana value among non-land permanents you control for a 2 and a blue sorcery. Joust Through, Vampire Gourmand, Spectral Sailor, Involuntary Employment, Macabre Alts, Giant Growth, Mocking, and Ambush Wolf. Elf Warrior, and the Raccoon, because I kind of forget these are double-sided tokens. Mountain, Wary Thespian, Giada, Font of Hope. 1 and a white, Find Vigilant. Each other angel you control enters with additional 1/1 counter for each angel you already control. And tap to add white and only to spend to cast angels. Wardens of the Cycle, Snakeskin Veil, Diregraph Ghoul, and a Brazen Scourge. Nice. Oh, cool. Vivian Reed's emblem. Windscarred Craig, Aegis Turtle, and Assault and Sad Robot. The 4 mana 2/2, when it enters, search for a basic, and when it dies, draw a card. Aetherize, Grappling Kraken, Battlesong Berserker. Cat Token, Double Cat, Tolarian Terror, Exemplar of Light. 2 and 2 white for the 3/3 angel. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. And when you put 1 or more counters on this creature, draw a card only once each turn. Dauntless Veteran, Inspiring Call, Stormcook Blood Thief, Skyship Buccaneer. Right. Spinner of Souls, Art Card, Island, Foil Exemplar of Light, and Loot, Exuberant Explorer. 2 and a green for the legendary Beast the Noble. You may play an additional land on each of your turns, then 4 and 2 green to tap loot and look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with mana less than or equal to the number of lands you control from among them and put on the battlefield. Rest of the bottom library in random order. Got another Fiendish Panda, Seismic Rupture, another Berserker, Hero's Downfall. Crazy Hero's Downfall used to be a rare, but it's kind of also what happens with Power Creep. Goblin Token, Zombie Token, Full Art Mountain, Luminous Rebuke, and Drakuseth, Maw of Flames, 4 and 3 green, 3 red, 7/7 legendary dragon. When it attacks, it deals 4 damage to any target and 3 to each of up to 2 other targets. Ooh, and yeah, here we go. Here's the funny story with this one. Alesha, who laughs at fate. The 1 and black red 2/2 legendary human warrior with first strike. Long story short, was when I did a draft, there were 2 Aleshas but yeah, definitely looking forward to adding this to my Mardu deck. Gotta fit it somewhere. Same maybe with Drakuseth, Stroke of Midnight, Seismic Rupture, Quake Strider, Ceratops. Maybe put this in my Dino deck just for the shits and giggles. There, it's not proof this video is not for kids. Because I don't have the editing technology to add a bleep or censor sound. Gigantossaurus, or I guess Gigantosaurus. Ooh! Ooh! Foil Modrotha the Gravetide. I might have to swap it out for the one in my Sultai deck. Raise the pass. Okay, yeah. Modrotha, the legendary Sultai, 3 in Sultai colors for the 6/6 elemental avatar. During each of your turns, you may play a land and cast a permanent spell of each permanent type from your graveyard. Then raise the pass. 2 and 2 white for the return for sorcery to return all creatures with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And Day of Judgment. The 2 and 2 white where it's just destroy all creatures. Followed by Youthful Valkyrie, Wildwood Scourge, and Anesian Hornbeetle. Confiscate, Blooming Sands, Exsanguinate, a Mossborn Hydra. 2 and a green for the Elemental Hydra with Trample. And this creature enters with a 1/1 counter and landfall. When a land enters, double the number of counters on this creature. A nice art. Probably going to put this in my Omnath deck, because why not? Extravagant Replication, 4 and 2 blue. Beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control. Classic Sarah Angel. Silicant Sky Mage. Fiery Annihilation. Food token and a treasure. Rugged Highlands. Soulstone Sanctuary. Tap to add a colorless, or this land becomes a tap, pay 4, and this land becomes a 3/3 creature with vigilance in all creature types. Still a land. And a Seer Slicer Goblin. 1 in a red for a 2/1 Goblin Warrior. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack, create a Goblin. But yeah, we got a foil Soulstone. Just gonna put this treasure token / food token here because my Omnath deck tends to have either one with that one landfall card. Alright, Fairy token, Tranquil Cove, Cathar Commando. Ooh, and a Quilled Great Worm. 4 and 2 green for the 7/7 worm with trample, and whenever a creature you control deals damage during your turn, put that many 1/1 counters on it. You may cast this card from your graveyard by removing 6 counters from among creatures you control in addition to paying its other costs. Alright. Sounds pretty good. Alright. Then a Balmer Battle Mage Captain. Twin Blade Blessing. Arcane Epiphany. And Overrun. An Elf Warrior / Raccoon, Scour Barons, foils, Lumbering Cerberus, ooh, and a Herald of Eternal Dawn, Mythic 4, triple white 6/6 Angel with Flash, with flying, and you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. The Archmage of Runes also in here, 3 and 2 blue, 3/6 Giant Wizard with making instant sorceries cost 1 less to cast, and when you cast an instant or sorcery, draw a card. Amphibian Eagle, Rune Sealed Wall, Mild-Mannered Librarian. Gone Evolving Wilds, Giant Growth, and a Healer's Hawk. Oh, one of the alternates we could probably see. Dismal Backwater, Pilfer, High Society Hunter. 3 and 2 black for a 5/3 Vampire Noble with flying, and when this creature attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Whenever another non-token creature dies, draw a card. Oh, and we get a cool Refute. 1/2 blue. Well, yeah, it's a cool altered art. Counter spell, draw a card, then discard a card. Good Fortune Unicorn, Exsanguinate, Bowing Shriek Mass. Rebuke. Run away together. Cat token. Again, double cat token. Backwater. Arrow-Dyed Wizard. Ooh, here we go. Blasphemous Edict. The 3 and 2 black sorcery that where you can actually pay just 1 black rather than the cost if there are 13 or more creatures on the battlefield, where each player sacrifices 13 creatures of their choice. Definitely a way to get around indestructible stuff. Meteor Golem, Seeker's Folly, Secluded Courtyard, Feybloom Trick. Leyline Axe in a different cool art, altered art. The Anthem of Champions, the enchantment green white. That gives creatures +1/+1. Perforating Artist, one and because yeah, I definitely remember having a hard time dealing with this in limited with my friend's deck. Because at the beginning of your end step, if you attacked, each opponent loses 3 life, unless the player sacrifices a non-land permanent of their choice or discards a card. Fire Spitter Whelp. Whenever you cast a non-creature or dragon spell, 1 damage to each opponent. Scrawling Crawler. Faebloom Trick. Ooh, and a cool full art of Vivian. Followed by a Dreadwing Scavenger. Reassembling Skeleton, Rogue's Passage, and a Goblin Negotiation. For Dragon Token. Full Art Island. Icewind Elemental. Ooh, Niv Mizzet the Visionary. 4 and is it for the 5/5 legendary Dragon Wizard. That gives you no maximum hand size, and when a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards. Then we got a Mischievous Pup, another Rune Sealed Wall, a Braid, and a Kraken. Rexage, Cool Forest. Oh yeah, that definitely has to be like loot in the corner. Adventuring Gear, the Spinner of Souls, 2 and a green for a 4/3 Spider Spirit with reach, because of course all spiders need reach, right? Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card, put it into hand, rest them on the library in random order. Resolute Reinforcements, flash in when this creature enters, create a 1/1. Bulk Up, Classic Nighthawk, Tatiova. Human Token and a Knight. Windscarred Craig. Lightchow Duo. Swiftblade Vindicator. Boros 1/1 Double Strike Vigilance Trample. And Linda Saint of Dusk. 2 and white black for a 4/4 Vampire Knight with lifelink and hexproof from enchantment from instance. As long as your life total is greater than your starting life total, Elenda gets 1/1 and has menace. Gets an additional +5/+5 as long as your life total is at least 10 greater than starting. Followed by a Joust Through, Rexage, Elvish Regrower, Prideful Parent. Dragon Token. 2 different dragons. Bloodfell Caves. Campus Guide. The Drake Catcher. 1 blue, 1/3. Vigilance Prowess. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, put that many incubation counters on it, then remove 3 to create a Drake. Savannah Lions. Swift Food Boots. Dragon Trainer. Food token, treasure token, forest, Cephwood Ink Mage, Lathro Blade of the Elves, the Kaldheim Commander. 2/3 with Menace. When it deals damage, create Elf Warriors. Then tap to tap 10 untapped elves. Deal. Each opponent loses 10 and you gain 10. Juggernaut, Garruk's Uprising, Adventuring Gear, and the Ceratops. Another Vivian emblem. I guess good thing since I do have 2 of them now. Swift Cliffs, make your move. Homunculus Horde. 2/2 Homunculus. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a token that's a copy of this creature. Cat Collector. An offer you can't refuse. Strongbox Raider. And the Bioing Singmass. Cat Collector might be interesting. Goblin Zombie. Mountain with Chandra. Marauding Blight Priest. Kaikar, Zephyr Awakener. Definitely the draft deck I went was Blue-White Flowers, and I was lucky to get him, because whenever he casts a non-creature spell, the choice of either blinking or creating a spirit token. And I happen to have had the Youthful Valkyrie and a few angels. Angel of Finality, when it enters, exile target player's graveyard. Another Garruk's Uprising, Hitotsugu Second Right, Vengeful Blood Witch. Yeah, kind of crazy. Oh, and a second Heir Apparent. But yeah, what's weird, it's kind of basically a slightly stronger, well, only more to be synergistic with your side, because Blood Art is still pretty good, because it also triggers on your opponent's creatures dying. Goblin Zombie, Caves, Foil Kraken, and an interesting full art Coma. Other Wardens of the Cycle, Scourge, Slumbering Cerberus, Needletooth Pack. But yeah, definitely considering maybe playing this in my dinosaur deck. Mischievous Mystic, more Caves, Foil Rexage, Authority of the Consoles, single white for creatures your opponent's control enter tapped, and whenever a creature an opponent controls enters, you gain 1. Perforating Artist, Whelp, Brineborn Cutthroat, Heatfire Immolator, another Heir Apparent. Because, yeah, I gotta save all those, because I think they are a pretty nice buck, given it's the whole... A deck can have as many as one wants. Rabbit, Soldier, Rugged Highlands, Foil Unicorn, Crystal Barricade, 1 and a white for a 0/4 wall, with Defender, granting yourself hexproof, and prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. Guarded Air, Zombify, Frenzied Goblin, Affectionate Indrik, And yeah, definitely keep an eye if there's a foil armor sword guide. A Drake token, Goblin, Swiftcliffs. Ooh, foil full art Archmage of Runes. Followed by Star Platinum time stop. Just end the turn for 4 and 2 blue. Cat Collector, Midnight Snack. Heatfire, Arbiter of Woe. Alright, we are down to the final 4. If you made it this far, leave a like. Maybe subscribe for more Magic openings, and maybe I'll get back to Let's Plays, but busy with life. It's crazy how that works. But yeah, 9 lives familiar planes. Ooh, a foil perforating artist. Brass's Bounty, where you for each land create a treasure. Divine Resilience, Banner, Micromancer, and the Mischievous Mystic. May as well just save this planes for my cat dog deck. Cat dog. Alright. Food Treasure, Blossom Sands, Narwood Colony, Asteroid Animus, 2 and red-green, 4/4 trample. When this creature attacks another creature you control, gets trample and XX, where X is this creature's power. Ooh, and an interesting card that was also up for debate in my CDC Zombies. 1 in a black, ward of 2 pain 2 life, and you may cast target zombie creature card from your graveyard this turn. Sunblessed Healer, Eager Truffle Snout. Ooh, how the mighty have fallen with Shivan Dragon. But again, that's Power Creep for you. Because Terror of the Peaks exists. Food / treasure. Island. Foil pup. Scrawling Crawler. Beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player loses 1 life. Definitely the card for Nekasar. Dreadwing Scavenger. Aetherize. Dragon. Horn Beetle. Alright. Final pack in this box. Lathro Blade of Elves in a cool Lord of the Rings-esque inspired art. Foil Stab. Banner of Kinship. 5 mana artifact. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. This artifact enters with a fellowship counter on it for each creature you control of the chosen type. Creatures of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each fellowship counter on this artifact. Inspiration from Beyond. Reassembling Skeleton. Infernal Vessel. Alright. That'll be the video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.